Hello, everybody, and welcome to our PD. It's your principal, Mr. Narvaez. We're here for this short session to focus on how principals and administrators in New York City's District 14 and other similar districts in the area can address some of the most critical organizational and management challenges with purpose and clarity. Hopefully, this sums up a lot of things that we've been talking about in the building and will help you moving forward. Whether you're a veteran leader or new to the principal's office, the decisions you make each day directly impact student safety, academic success, and school culture. So let's jump into the 4 or 5 major issues we're seeing in our schools and how intentional leadership can make all the difference. So, the first segment, I want to touch on staff retention and recruitment. Let's start with the elephant in the room, staff retention. Like many districts, and especially District 14, is feeling the pressure of teacher shortages and high turnovers. When great teachers leave, especially mid year, it disrupts instruction, stresses students, and burdens remaining staff. So, what can we do? Schools can implement mentorship programs for early career teachers, build leadership pipelines, and offer targeted professional developments, such as this one, that reflects the needs of our students and staff. As principals, we also need to leverage partnerships with teacher prep programs, universities in the area, and even paraprofessional pipelines to ensure we're growing talent from within the building. When staff feel seen, supported, and professionally valued, they stay. And that stability builds stronger learning environments. For the second segment, I want to talk about school safety and crisis management. Safety. Student learning cannot happen without physical and emotional security. Our jobs are to keep kids safe and to create a learning environment where they're excited to come to school and want to learn what we're teaching them. In New York City schools specifically, we're navigating concerns like school violence, insufficient school safety agents, and the rising number of student mental health crises. So we do like to work closely with the guidance counselor. However, sometimes her caseload is a little bit too much. So we also want to train staff on how to de-escalate certain situations. Uh, Intentional leaders take action. That might mean updating school safety plans, practicing drills regularly, and shifting toward restorative practices that repair instead of simply just punishing the students. Right? We want to be able to build and teach them the reasons why things may not be working or how to self-regulate. My role here is community leadership, connecting with law enforcement, mental health providers, and families to create a safety net, not just a security guard. The more proactive we are, the more we foster a climate of care and trust. And if we work on school safety together, then we can ensure that students will be safe at all times. For the third segment, I'd like to touch on instructional time and time management. Now, this is something very important, especially us as educators, time management. This tends to fly under the radar, how we manage our time. It could be due to poor scheduling, frequent interruptions, and excessive meetings that eat into our instructional time or your instructional time that can really frustrate teachers, right? We want to give teachers that time to prepare for the lessons and prepare the class and have everything ready to go so that when it's time for instruction, everybody's on the same page. This is where systems matter. Schools can use master schedules to prioritize learning blocks, collaborative planning time, and intervention periods. Principals should lead data driven scheduling conversations and remove low value tasks that pull teachers away from instruction. Intentional leaders guard teachers' time like it's gold, because it really is. When time is aligned with student needs and teacher growth, then academic growth will happen. The fourth segment I'd like to touch on is about communication and how to engage our community. Communication makes or breaks trust. Here in District 14, many of our families speak multiple languages and face socioeconomic barriers. Inconsistent or unclear communication can disconnect families from school life. As you know, our district houses a lot of shelter students who may not have permanent places to live or might be in those temporary housing. So, being mindful of those things and finding ways to help those families is really vital. Uh, when leaders prioritize communication systems like multilingual newsletters, uh, online platforms like Bloom's that we use here in the school, and inclusive advisory councils, can send a clear message and let them know that you belong here. Like this is a home where we can grow together and learn together. Principals like myself should always lead by example, be visible, be accessible, and most important, listening. Listening and communication, not just to inform, but to invite people into shared leadership, right? So training our veteran teachers to move into more of a leadership position can also help the building. The result of this, a school community that feels unified and focuses on shared goals. We want to create a community where everybody's working towards the same end goal and is able to do their best to try to de-escalate and keep kids safe and teach them different things. So, unity is a big thing here for us, and engaging the community, including the community, will help create those relationships. The fifth segment, this is the last segment before I kind of sum everything up for you, is about facility management. Um, Too many buildings across Brooklyn are dealing with outdated infrastructure, poor ventilation, and limited accessibility. And as we know with the DOE, things take time, right? So it's not something that happens overnight. So intentional leaders don't just accept the status quo, they advocate. Advocating for these things and finding ways to make these things happen together are important. Working with the DOE, your district reps, and community organizations to secure whether it be technological upgrades or building upgrades can ensure routine maintenance is prioritized and that these areas of concerns are checked on, whether it be weekly, monthly, whatever the case is. Uh, the physical environment matters a lot. Having a clean, safe, modern space shows that the school cares about the students, and we monitor those things closely because they do directly impact student engagement, attendance, and achievement. If a student comes into the school and feel like everything is dirty and they have no clean area, or they don't have any place to really focus, it's going to affect our student engagement, which in turn will end up affecting our community as a whole, right? We want to invite people. We want to create an area where everybody is excited to come and excited to learn, staff and students as well. Which brings me to the main takeaway, right? As school leaders, we don't just react. We design systems, build culture, and shape the future of our communities. And that requires leading with intention. Whether you're tackling staffing challenges, figuring out safety protocols, reworking your schedule with administration, or simply sending your family email, do it with purpose. Everything we do, we want to have a purpose for it, and we want to share that purpose with the students. I want to thank you for joining me on this short little video, this short little professional development. I think the main takeaway again is to make sure that we're teaching and leading with intention. We want to have reasons behind why we're doing what we do. So let's continue to learn. Let's continue to reflect. Let's continue to lead because our school deserves it. Our students depend on it, and it's ultimately up to us to really create this together. I want to thank everybody for your time. If you have any questions about anything that was said here or some clarification that you might need, please feel free to reach out. You can reach out through email, or we can set up a meeting, possibly a staff meeting where we can all discuss this together. Again, thank you for your time, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.